You will notice about how my skill works. They are so interconnected that one skill is supported by multiple skills. Like Curaga itself is supported by heal, detect, because you have to pinpoint everything, right?
Yeah.
But that will come to the basic parts because you have to detect it, you have to manipulate it, then because energy doesn't go, you have to transmute it,
Yeah.
right? And some people just release it, but it's a waste of energy. So, if you guys know me, I love transmuting it and I want to make it beneficial and you absorb it. So it doesn't
Yeah.
go to waste. I love transmuting. That's all I can say. Or my seraphim higher self will say, you're wasting energy. So she's the one who's very nitpicky. So let's start. Welcome to our day one, which
Okay.
is our psychic surgery masterclass. And what we'll be doing today is we'll be like learning about one of the heaviest healing skill that is still under development, which is Curaga. I got the what do you call this? The name for it is from a game called Final Fantasy, which is
Woo!
cure all. You remember
Yeah.
you have cure, like just cures minor stuff, then cura, then curaga, which is cure all. So it's from Final Fantasy because the name responds to the function. And that's
Awesome.
what
Yes.
I'm trying to intend with it because there's two ways to heal. One is healing. There's That's another topic to expand on because in healing there's too many ways you can do it and there's curing. But Curaga, in a sense, is applying majority of it. And I may have to discuss that one by one. Let me just enumerate it. So, because Curaga is, what do you call this? It's a heavy skill. Majority of what I have is like compressed into this skill, especially the healing, the detecting, the negating. And when you negate, you reverse it, you nullify it, you cancel it, all sorts of stuff. Depends on the situation. So, so Koraga, in a sense, came to me because my team is like, it showed me a vision. They said, when you're climbing on your highest timeline, you should see this one. And they showed me the final form of Koraga. And on that timeline, I was teaching as well. And on one and I have another clinic where the patients come in personally. And the thing is that the final form of Curaga is like someone was just have a like a bent spinal column. And on that vision, I touched the back. And as I channeled the energy, his body kept on. I was like, oh, yes, I can feel it and I can hear it. All my senses are
Oh,
all on. I was like, holy. So
whoa.
at that time, I didn't know it's Curaga. But that was way, way, way before. And through the times, they give me like tests for the prerequisites of it. The thing is that when I give later on, probably in the near future, if I pass down the skills, it's as easy as like, let me imprint it in your hand, done. In my previous videos, when I'm healing someone, I imprint it in their hand and they can cast it in their dog. And that's how they do it. I just pass it in there. That's just how easy it is. And I just set
Nice.
the duration. So you don't
Excellent.
need to think about the complexity of it. You don't need to bother how what's the what do you call this um complexity technically the technicality of it
Mm.
because
Yeah.
let me enumerate when I think I already have the Curaga history, right? So they showed it to me, then I started getting the synchronicities on how to build it. Now I built it, now I'm testing it so that I can check how to improve it.
Right.
And as I am improving it, the first structure of it is will be like this. It will be almost the same as every modality that you will do. If you're healing past life, your energy, but I'm gonna show you later on how to do that in multiple ways. If you're doing healing on a healing topic, that's a different topic. It's so big that we have to put it in another day. So in a nutshell, what Kuraga does is that he first pinpoints every 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 major causality or causes that is triggering your what you're trying to heal. And when I created Kuraga, it's not for the point of just healing the body. I'm targeting every aspect of the life. That's how broad Kuraga is. I'm targeting every aspect of the life. It just sounds like physical right now because that's where I'm trying to fix it, because that's the only gray area I'm trying to cover.
Right.
Everything else, it's fine. I already managed to trigger. So what happens that first pinpoint, pinpoint where it is. And when you're trying to pinpoint it, it grows again. You have to sense it. You have to detect it. You have to seek the concealment. Have to find who are affected. Is this a past life? Is this from hereditary? Is this genetic? Is this from your, and so on and so forth. Multiple points. It could be also a part of your programming that you get from your childhood or when you're a baby. There's a saying that when you're holding a pendulum, you just think about it to go back and forth, and it will do it. How? Because your cells are listening to your body. Every single cell of your body is listening to your thoughts. So when you say something nasty to your body, like, why are you so weak? Everyone will start to reflect that because you are the God of your universe. And each cell is like an entity. They eat, they poop, they die, they multiply. Universe. You inverse. So that's another topic, but what I said. Every single cell listens to you, and your words are spelled, even your thoughts. And every idea that you have first become a thought before it manifests, even if it's $1 million idea, right? So just be careful what you say yes to, and what other people give to you, and say yes, I believe that one, because it will manifest in your reality, and worst of all, it will manifest in your body. So
Oh,
one test case about it is that there's this poison, like fattening agent, that they're testing for rabbits. They put it on batches. This you have to write down. And each one, when they feed it, everyone got fat and they got diabetes in a bad way, but except one batch. And when they check the feeder, when he's feeding these rabbits, he keep on nursing them, kissing them, saying, I love you. But it's poison. What happens is that the brain started to create new pathways for the digestive system to digest this food as a good benefit. And when it rewired itself, remember your body rewires itself every 6 months, 3 months. Technically, you're a new person every 7 years, I guess, because your body regenerates.
Mhm.
What happens is that it got rewired. The brain rewired how the body changes. The main point is, what's your thought before you eat? That's the main thing. So if you're happy and in gratitude while eating, your body is technically rewiring itself. Or if you're eating and you're getting angry at the one is in front of you, you just watch out. Same thing with, well, that's one point on how you view it, but that's the main point for today. Just watch your thought when you eat. Keep it happy, you will see the changes.
Okay.
So that's the one point. It's like you have to sense this. Well, in manual, would they say you have to meditate, keep on looking for the main root cause, and it could be. And when you keep on asking why until you couldn't answer anymore, when you meditate, like there's this person, they said he couldn't run properly, and he is in his 40s. And when he went into a meditation, and he kept on asking why, he ended up when he was like 5 years old, and one child just said, "Hey, you run slow today." And he kept that until he's older. He hold on to it as his truth. And when he realized that, he owned it. Now, because you owned it, you have the authority to change it. Now you let it go. Because if you keep on saying that it wasn't me, someone said it to me in a victim mentality mode, that means you're trying not to own it. So therefore you couldn't change it. So own it, change it, reframe it, and let it go. Then you will see the changes. So there's that. So you have to find the root cause. You have to detect it and everything. Next thing you know is that you have to transmute it. And I applied heal and anesthesia and negate, which are probably negate alone is just 100 skills in one.
Yeah.
That's all I can say. Negate alone is just 100 skills in one. It negates curses, it negates patterns, it negates almost everything that I have encountered. I created them per encounter and it's still growing. Until right now, I'm still updating this one. So that's one as well that I would want to mention, that every time I update, let's say I installed bundle 1.2 or installed some maintenance or prevention to any one of you. If I update it, it's like an antivirus. If I update something, it ripples to everyone. You get the update. You don't need to reinstall it and everything. It just automatically updates. So that's how automatic it is when I encounter it. So that's why I said when it's installed, it's done. It will keep on growing with my encounters. And sometimes I configure it to the core, which is the core maintenance of the programs that I'm running. That because one skill is supported by almost 100 support as well. How it is gonna be casted, how efficient it is, where's the energy coming from, how automatic it is, how it will react. So if you go on manual, you have to consider all of those piece by piece. So now you detect it, you find out what the root cause, you try to heal it, negate it. And since this is physical, I have to create anesthesia, which Mandy loves
Yeah.
because of the tickling instead of the pain. It's itchy. I'd rather have the itch than the pain. So yeah. So I when that's another story, but I'll discuss anesthesia another one. But man, I almost want to kill myself when I'm developing that. Half my face is like someone punch it with a mallet. That's how bad I'm feeling. I'm already rolling and holding my face.
Oh no.
So that's how bad it was when they let me create it. So because when I create skills, I test it first. Then I apply it first before I even roll it out. So it's thoroughly tested before beta testing. But like I said, you have to negate it. And when you say negate, you either reverse it or heal it. When you say heal, what kind of healing? Do you need to revitalize it? You need to balance it, stabilize it, restore it, repair it. So there's multiple ways to heal per body part that I have to mix and match. So if
Oh
this
yeah.
happened, this and that, this happened, this and that. So you can imagine with just one skill keep on growing per branch, it keep on branching out. So let's say cancer. This is how I deal with cancer. When I was studying cancer, they said there's multiple ways to deal with it. One, you starve the cancer cells. Fine, fine, fine. They want me to. This is something that I have not rolled out because I'm not sure how to test it. But I will talk about it. This is how simple things are. One of my friends said, oh, hold on, let me just admit. One of my friends just said, how about you create a skill for contraception? So I was like, how do I do that? Then then I was like, oh, how about if I turn the egg cell's outer shell to be strong enough that the sperm cell couldn't penetrate it? That's simple. And tada, that's it. You don't need to screw up any hormones. You don't need to modify any glands or anything. Just you make the outer shell harder. How to do it? How to do it? So this is part of the heal, negate. You have plenty of ways on how to do it, but I will discuss this as well on another topic on how to do it. But some groups do this. They give a request to their team, spirit team. Help, I need help. If you have strong bond with them, they can do that one. Well, technically they can do that. You just have to have a strong connection with them. You send request. Do you do it yourself? Either the cancer cell is technically you have by this, if when you do it yourself, this time you should be able to talk to your body and probably biohack yourself already, because when you do that, that means your biohack, you can talk to other people's body to the cell level, that you can even give them instructions. Don't give them commands, give them requests,
Okay.
just so
So
you know.
instead of do this, do that.
Mhm. Well, when I'm talking to my body before, right? I'm telling, when I'm biohacking myself, I was like, "Can you preset my body age to 25?" Then I started getting in work. They kept on saying, right, "Hey, you shouldn't work here because this is a senior position." Well, I was like, "Well, I am 40, right?" But they say, "No, you're 25. Are you kidding me? You're too young to be in this office." I was like, okay. So I just laughed. And I got that plenty of times. Some of them are trying to introduce me with their young daughters. So I was like, oh, no, 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 no. I'm older one than what you think. Then I said, okay, that seems troublesome. Let's bump it up to 30. I said, okay, bump it up. I told my body to set it to 30. I didn't request it. I just told it because I'm managing it. It's my vessel. But when you're dealing with someone else, you request it because it's not your vessel.
Oh, okay.
You have to discuss it with their minds, with their spirit team, and you have to ask for their consent. If you
Mm.
missed one of it, if you missed one of it and someone said no, that's why you have to have like a pre-consultancy discussion. Even if you haven't meet the client yet, you can discuss it with their team. Before I packaged my bundles, before I started creating the packages, I was talking to my team and some other teams. Then they were like discussing, is this good enough? Should we include this? So we categorize. Imagine this. I have like, right now I have like 2,000 skills, and Curaga is just one of them. 2,000 and still growing. And we kind of go through all of those lists and say, this one cannot go out, this one cannot go out, this one cannot go out, this go, go, go. This is level one. So we kind of teamed it in a way that the package one is total purge, total everything purge. Then they said, second one is prevention, prevent it. Don't keep on giving clearing. Don't make it a business because you will become McDonald's. There's no expansion, there's no future. You will start to look for team for money when you're just offering clearing. I keep on healing you, I keep on healing you, but you're not giving them a way to prevent it. So we created prevention. The,
Okay.
the next one is that since you already prevented it, you can now expand, going beyond your limits. The fourth one is acceleration because now your body can take more. We're now giving you more acceleration. That's why that was the first four packages. This one, these two, I haven't packaged them up because there's too much. There's too much to package for 3 and 4, and we're still sorting it out. That's why they said just release the bundle one. And that's why they said bundle the first two up because we don't want to keep on healing. We want it one time. That's what we always wanted. One time, done deal. You're
Right.
you don't need to deal with, you don't need to worry about frequency or what you eat or whatever you're exposed to. Do I have to say that? Even if you, how, give me a better word, copulate with someone. The
Oh,
energy, the extreme energy exchange that's happening in there is being handled because that is like combining you with another human and you don't know what you take and you don't know what they take. So
okay.
if you take some of their baggages or some of their curses or some of their attachments, and if they sometimes they take some of your abundance, you don't know. They could take something that you don't know. It's fully random because you're like intermingled, right? You're connected in a sense. And your auric field is because thoughts and emotions is not on your head. It's a field of energy. You will understand this phrase when you manage to telepathically do it or telepathically what do you call this, hear other people's emotions or thoughts. That means your body went high enough vibration to tap into that frequency or vibration. So when you are doing that thing, all of your energies are all over the place because there's emotions, there's thoughts
Right.
and
Right.
everything. Everything is intermingling your energy. So that's why some of them, you don't have to create division because here's the thing. Why they're giving me all over the place? Here's the thing. On the first stages of your spirituality, why they are more strict, watch what you eat, watch what you're doing, watch who you play with, because your body or your vibration or your state is not yet in a place where it couldn't handle it responsibly, the exchange of it.
Okay.
It's like if you keep on, if you're eating meat, I eat meat and I couldn't, that time I couldn't control what I eat because I'm not the one cooking. So I
Okay.
said, give me, let's think of a way here. So, but that's another story. That's the story of converter, the which we'll be handling probably later on after the basic stuff. But when,
Burger. No.
sorry, someone speak. Oh. Anyway, so that's converter, and I'm trying to transmute high vibration to my food so that I don't need to. I have to compensate for it until the synchronicities are ready. You see, this is the thing. When you get this kind of installation like the one I'm offering, it just stops you from doing all of those preventions in the front, the hard part, that have to avoid. Well, technically, if you avoid food that you know it's harming you, or your intuition is saying don't eat this, it you just help your body be proficient. But you can eat it. I still eat sugar. I eat meat. But
Okay.
if I can avoid it, I can avoid it because I know my body can deal with it. And like the story goes that they are feeding them poison, and for them it's an elixir instead of a poison, and it's affecting them beneficially. I did that to myself as well, so I'm experimenting on that one, and I'm done with that one, and it's part of the converter series. But don't abuse it. Be responsible when you're being in tune to, especially when you're going into channeling. They want your body to totally, what do you call this, in sync. So there's limitation, but that's for later. So let's go back to Curaga. We keep on going sideways, but detect, do what you need to do. Example, cancer cells. Cancer cells, if you can control energy, frequency, vibration, three complex structure of matter, you can shoot. This is one way to kill cancer. You can control the frequency on your body and target each. You can just say target each cancer cell and shoot it with the frequency that it will go pop,
Okay.
like how singers pops glass when they go high pitch. That's one. Two, starvation. You starve them on what they eat. You technically tell your body to not supply this, or you avoid it itself. Like you avoid refined sugar, you go for anything else. The next thing is that you start to retransmute them, recode them, like turn them back into base. This is more advanced. You turn them back into some, because like you transmute them into stem cells and let them go somewhere else. Let them go to your scar and develop a collagen, and your scar disappears. That's which is another one that I'm developing as well, and I'm taking photos of my heavy scars about that one. But that's for later. Sorry, what was that? Sorry, Mandy, what were you saying?
Oh, I'm just saying, about the
Oh,
scar
okay.
they could do.
But Curaga is technically handling scarring, but I'm doing. I have a huge what do you call this? I'm not sure if you can see it. A huge stitch in here.
Yeah.
It's so obvious on day one that I take a photo of it, and I keep on taking a photo of it until it disappears. Two of my other scars already gone,
Oh,
and
nice.
I'm so, like I said, I'm hitting Curaga is I'm trying to hit autoimmune disease.
Okay.
Autoimmune disease, when I discovered it, they say it's already just your own immune system attacking its own. So so I talk to my body. So how do we do that? See, yeah, you go back to biohacking. So how do we do this? Tell your body, reprogram them to create flags. You can be inventive. You can create flags to your body. Which one? You don't attack the green ones, you attack the red ones. One method. Second method is that technically you just say you attack everything that is not of the highest best good. If it's not good fungus, bacteria, pathogen, virus, then you swallow it up. So how can you swallow it up without failing? You have to enhance your biological performance. Your cells, you biohack your own cells. You improve them, but that's for another thing. But there's a lot of other natural ways to do it, which is natural food. You go for the whole foods, but you don't know where they're coming from. So you don't know what they sprayed on it. So you go back to the converter. So you go. That's why there. That's why when I created the prevention and maintenance, my core is layered on top of the prevention, because this one makes sure that what I'm taking it is beneficially transmuted. Hi, for those who don't know me, I am Lawrence, a dedicated psychic surgeon, a cash reader, alternate self illustrator, to be higher self or lower self, and a spiritual life coach with a passion for guiding others on their journey for self discovery and transformation. I awakened in 2023, and guided by a powerful spirit team, I have mastered and created over 2,000 skills with my team. These skills helps you with your spiritual journey, manifestations, energetic hygiene, and gives you more balance to all aspects of your life, including skills that automatically do your energetic hygienes, automated 24/7 protections without burning off your energy, or skills that gives positive karma to fuel your manifestations, skills that help you manifest the reality that you yearn for, as it helps you align and maintain that positive vibration to the highest, best reality that is rightfully for you. So, if you are interested in psychic skill installations that is fully tested, you can find me at my Linktree account in my bio, or it's Linktree/Angelus Regalia. Again, it's Lawrence, and thank you. But you can do that on your own. Before you eat, hold your food, bathe it with light, meat, whatever. If it's plants, bathe it with light. If it's meat, forgive it, thank it, and reframe the emotion of it. The trauma, or if it's a meat, if it's a milk, thank the mother for sharing you the love that was given for you, because this is an act of love which was produced for her baby. And don't think the baby was killed. Just set aside. Don't power that reality where the young one, because you don't know, right?
Oh.
In your reality, you are only limited with what's in your present, and what you create as truth on where this milk come from or where this meat come from. You don't even know if it's 3D printed. That's another story, but I've already seen the side topic. Let's do a quick side topic. This is, you will probably see it in the news, but I've seen it already. It's what do you call this? How do you say this? Creator, printer? It's like a printer.
Yeah. Yeah,
Yes,
I heard
yes,
about.
yes. Yes, but I can't remember the name, but it's a printer of whatever you want. Whatever you want. You want latest pants, latest phone, latest food. It just it just needs three things: energy, blueprint, particle. Then you have a decomposer. You what you don't need, you throw to that decomposer. It breaks it down to energy and particle. So the only thing that you buy to other people, this is, we're talking future now. The only thing that you buy is blueprint. So when you have the blueprint, you can just pop it into your printer technically. And I've seen it. It's awesome. You won't even probably, by that time you got that one, everyone's materialism, it's gone. I want this big car, this sports car prints. Doesn't go well with winter. I just want a big truck print. Then, but
The
I
thing.
cannot catching. But like I said, it, you will hear about it 1 or 2 years.
Oh,
The concept of it, you may hear about it, but already I've seen it. It's awesome. So because the team just keep on showing me this stuff. So depends if you want to manifest that in your timeline, sure. So you have to decide where you want to go and where you want to not power
so
up.
I decide what I want in my lifetime,
Yeah.
or
everything you want. But I could teach that on another session. That is what I call collapsing timelines. It's one
Okay.
of the skill as well. It's one of the skill that is probably further down the line. I'll give 2 minutes explanation of it. You meditate, pick all the options that you want, put them into doors. One by one, you go in, you feel, you smell, you experience, check what your hobby is, check what your attitude is, and check how you feel about this door. Go to each door and pick the top 10 or top 3, the highest that you want. Select those, collapse everything else. Just say collapse. I don't need those anymore. What you're doing is you're burning timelines. And when you burn timelines, all those energy goes powered up to those you selected. Top 3, top 5, up to you. But the less, the better. Because the more they power up, the more synchronicities you go to that direction.
Okay.
And since you create your own reality, since you already felt it, you have memory, thoughts, emotions of it, and you know what they have. Then you start doing what they have, then it accelerates you to that timeline.
Okay.
Done in 1 minute. There you go. Oh, 2 minutes. Done in 2 minutes. So that's that's how you meditate about it, and that's how you guide other people on choosing their timelines. Technically, yeah, yep. I said everything about that one. So let's continue.
Well,
So let's continue about Curaga. So Curaga, there's a lot of medical issues that the list goes on and on with Curaga. There's like, I'm gonna read it because there's degeneration issues, generation issues, regeneration issues. So regeneration issues is like scarring, right? Keloid, it shouldn't be like that. If it's a minor thing, it just regrows. You don't see the scar, right? Then there's like deficiencies. So you ask, how do I handle deficiencies? I pay for them. That's the thing. I give my energy because some patients may not have enough energy to generate to compensate for the deficiency. So I
okay.
give mine in exchange. That generates the so what happens in this deficiency? It's normally mineral, vitamin, or whatever hormonal imbalances in the body. So you can transmute what you will need in exchange for that deficiencies. But since I have a ton of surplus of energy, I just said transmute it to what they need that's causing the deficiencies and supply that one until it fully recovered. Then we stop because I don't want to keep on supplying it until they have to
Yeah.
change, right? Because I always say Curaga is just a treatment, like the purge package one. It's a treatment. And if you don't change the causality, like you keep on eating refined sugar, aspartame, or everything, chemicals, Curaga may have cured you, but you're building it up again. And
Right.
there's even a point that my team is discussing, do we have to limit how many times we cast Curaga in a person for them to say, I cannot go on again abusing myself, or there's no more? Because right now you can cast it unlimitedly. But where there's a discussion in the back with my spirit team that's like, we have to limit it because there might be a bypass that will happen here because someone might like, I'm gonna smoke, who cares? I can regrow my lungs anyway. I regrown my lungs. I have a weak lungs before, so I have regrown it using converter, but not Curaga. Converter does a lot of stuff, but there should be a control. So you see now when you're doing this healing, you have to be responsible on how you apply it. And when they say is that this is a service, you have to think about service. It's all about service. It's not about the money because
Right.
I can recover the money anywhere else. But the thing is that if you're focusing on the service, you'll get more abundance.
Yes.
And they said money and fame just comes along with it. You don't even have to worry about it if you keep healing people. But the thing is that there's a you're breaking the law of balance. Law of balance. When I create these skills, I always review law of balance with it. Law, I mean every law, universal law with it. Law of balance, energy exchange. What are you gonna if I give it for free? This is what happens when I give anything for free. It's either I get something else by the universe or they get something from that person, especially if they know they have the capacity to give back. So sometimes I control it like I tell some of my clients, hey, I'm gonna give you this, but can you bless me with in return? Bless me in return so you can control what you're giving out. Because if universe balance itself, she just take what he thinks is in equivalent uh, equal equivalent exchange.
Yeah.
Yeah, equivalent exchange. That's law of balance. So I know that's why when I give for service for free, that's me giving out already what I got. And with what I give out not big enough and not small enough for you to incur imbalance in the universe. It's good enough for you to say just thank you and you're good. That's how I started giving. Even like this, you're getting insights. Technically,
Yeah.
you guys right now are getting timeline shifts right now because what I'm saying right now shifts your perception. And when it shifts, suddenly timeline change channel because you're done with that lesson. So
Right.
technically, some sometimes I talk to my friends and they're like, the guides are giving them tests, and I was like, oh, that's this test. Then I was like, oh crap, I just spilled it. Then they're like, the guides are like looking at me as like, he just screwed it up. So anyway, so back to Curaga. Sorry. So like I said, there's deficiencies. So there's a lot of things that you need to do. Like there's microbes, there's pathogens, there's like they even showed me free radicals. Where's that one? Because it's too many. There you go. Free radicals. And free radicals is just one cell or particle losing a negative charge. And it started attacking itself. It's part of the autoimmune issue, free radicals. And the only difference is just it just remove you eat sugar and it's the toxic sugar, it bumps up the what do you call this? The molecule that's healthy. It loses the one negative charge electron. Then this one cause disruptions and start taking other people's electrons. So it's turning into a ripple effect. Then you get the autoimmune issue again. So what in turn you give up, you give energy that will supply electrons to complete the free radicals so they don't take it. That's one way. That technically that's the first way. You have to balance them out. Second, you beef up the system that they will flag the antigens, the one that's causing what do you call this allergies, to be blocked by the system. So technically, you are still talking to the body, or you are recoding it that antigens they just ignore. So there's plenty of ways. It depends on how you discuss it with your system, your body. You can apply this to your own because you can talk to your body, right? You can have a forums like, hey, liver, how do we deal with this? How about you, leaky gut stomach? What do you want right now? What are you feeling right now? So you can talk to each and every cell that you have. So again, you have to constantly talk to your body. And there's a lot of dialogue, especially with memories and subconscious. That's one more as well. You have to discuss it with your conscious mind. because this might be alternate life related that you just brought in here? Or is it a lesson? Or is it something that you need? It's like something that is hereditary that you have to break, which is a mission. So there's one physical cause being caused by multiple issues, spiritual stuff, physical, external, internal, all sorts of stuff. So I'm not sure if you'll take what resonates, leave the rest. If it doesn't resonate right now, revisit it when you expanded your consciousness, then it might resonate. Because I'm trying to code my words so that it doesn't affect anyone's timeline. So what's next? Okay, so the other one is degeneration that I've been seeing majority of the time. Most of the body issues is caused by degeneration at age of 40. It starts at 40, it starts to degenerate. So what's the first thing that you can do about it? Tell your body to reset all of your biological clock or biological age. Go back 30, 35 and stay there. That's it. That's it. If you don't know how to do it, meditate with that intent until you said, okay, we're good. But for the meantime, watch what you eat. Because you will have your system is starting to repurge itself. So if you're smoking, stop it. If you're vaping, stop it for the meantime. That's why they said when you go into spirituality, sure, have fun making love. Sure, keep on drinking. Sure, keep on smoking. Fine, it's fine. But sooner you realize that your energy is your currency and your vessel is the highest technology that you can have, you will start like, maybe I should quit on that because probably it will help my body accelerate going back to its younger self. Right now,
Okay.
before I have like baldy spots, Curaga as well, degeneration, right? I regrow my hair. So my wife was like complaining, is like, your hair grows so fast. Now your hair grows so fast. I was like, hey, he doesn't know. But like it's one thing you have to revert back because some of your glands started degenerating. Arthritis, cataract in the eyes, thyroid, the ones that manages the hormones, everything starts deteriorating at 40.
Okay.
And before that one, you should probably keep on updating your DNA with the codes that you're getting. Let me just check if I need to tell about that. Okay. They're telling me to how to start. I told you, right? You have to have a source of energy other than you take from yourself if you're healing someone. And one easiest way to keep on increasing your energy, because spiritual abilities is the more you practice it, the more it grows. It's like muscle. The more you train
Yeah.
it, the more it goes. The more light quotient you contain, the bigger your container is. And how do you get light quotient? Sun gazing.
Oh,
Sun gazing. When it's about to rise, when it just first light to 30 minutes of that, look at it. 30 minutes before sunset, now you're checking your phone. Where does it sunset? When does it sunrise? I have that on my initial awakening to start building up light quotient in my body. We call it light quotient, but you can name it whatever you want, or light particles in your body. And that is energy that you
okay.
can use to your daily things or to evolve your genetics, your going back, or whatever you want to do with your body. So sun gazing or moon gazing as well,
Hmm.
because they are yin and yang, right?
Right.
So I do that, and I time that on my initial awakening. My wife kept on seeing me by the window at that time, and she's thinking I'm cuckoo because I kept on looking at the sun like this.
Oh yeah.
Yes, that's I keep the the point there is absorbing it. Oh my God, we're already entrenching into the basics. When you absorb enough, you will notice swirling lights. You start to see mana, earth energy. You will see it like particles dancing everywhere, particles, because I can see them 24/7. I have to mute them sometimes so I don't get distracted. Like they're like, they look like rainbow colored dots, stars flying everywhere. So I kind of not sun gaze right now because I can even sun gaze in the middle of the day. That's how developed my eyes is. Without they say, oh, you'll go blind. Come on, I keep on. I was staring at 12 p.m. sun, and if and I'm still 2020, and if it's hard for you to stare, do this.
Okay.
It will help your the glare to,
Okay.
or you can just do this. Up to you. It depends on what kind of third
Well, I
eyes you have.
one eye, so
Yes, you can do that as well. So you absorb energy. Then when you absorb energy, you try to manipulate it. Then you have multiple states: solid, liquid, mass, or solid, liquid,
Paper.
vapor. Yeah, and what do you call this? The other one is plasma, which is almost a combination of them all. And so that's another one. So you manipulate it, and you start when you see them. Now you try to control them, and you breathe it in. That is the why they say breath work is important, because that's the only transmutation that you can have other than sun from your skin. You breathe the element air in, it goes transmuted in your lung, it turns these particles, chemicals, into your energy that powers up your system. Then you breathe out the stuff. So that's why they say when you need to go spirituality, you need to go something to do physical, workout, whatever you like, yoga, whatever, tai chi, whatever. Then you go grounding. Then you go whatever you need to do to recharge. Hold the tree, suck in some electrons from the ground. There's that one as well, other than sun gazing. Then breathe, breathwork. Then once you started to see these particles, you try to manipulate them. Now you try to absorb them. So now you're not just sun gazing, you're absorbing by breathing 24/7. And when your energy goes enough, your DNA will rewire itself to contain more light energy. Then you will notice that suddenly, oh, I can flip this. I can do what do you call this? Telekinesis suddenly, very easily. And I can heal someone remotely, like what we're doing right now. I can just imprint it on your hand by will because I know it will be there. But there's more modalities to that one later on that we'll talk about. But you need energy. And people who are healers who are playing with their own energy gets tired. And that's why they created Golden Healer, because they're like, I healed this one person and I'm like tired. Or I went to the supermarket and it's so busy and I'm so drained. But that's a different one. But that's environmental drain, another topic, which is covered by another skill, which is part of the package one. But anyway, it's a drain issue. But so that's how you heal someone in a sense, because it's part of Curaga, because you need to supply energy to it, right? And there's a lot of energy that Curaga needs to give to the patient, especially if it is fatal or it is a wound or something. I have even photos of my dog who have a huge scratch in it. It's very bloody mess. Then I started treating it with Curaga. It's probably just 2 dots right now. The
Okay.
wound. It's like probably 5 days took it, and it almost looked like the wound was not there. That's the funny thing. It was a huge skin off. Then it looks like there's a normal skin. So I was like, oh, so the scar issue is gone. So
Okay.
I'm testing for new wounds. I'm testing for old wounds. So there's multiple things that I'm testing here. And so there's genetic issues for Curaga, mutations, gestational. Like if your parent really didn't do the due diligence, keep on smoking when you were in the tummy, so you will get something stuff like that. So
Yeah.
it's not your fault technically, but you may have signed up for it. So it also we are trying to correct genetics because look what spirituality is doing right now is we're giving activations to everyone and we're giving them codes to change the genes, expand it, keep on to the point some people can even say I have 12 strands now. But I'm not gonna say at the limit. It could be more, it could be less. It's all up to you. But I don't go by anyone's limit. So so let me do a recap again of Curaga. I'm not sure we covered a lot because but the in a nutshell, Curaga is like a pinpoint the cause, the root cause, determine every layer of it, every affected area, everything. Since now you can go talk to your body, determine each layer, which ones is affected by just this one issues, heal them on how or negate them, nullify them, transmute them to whatever you need to do. So that, but like I said, if you transmute a solid mass of cancer into liquid, you have to specify what kind of liquid it is and how your body should reabsorb it back, right? Because if you just transmute it into liquid, what it is? Does it turn into a pus or a blood? Then it becomes a hemorrhage. So you have to,
Yeah. Yeah.
the more you have, the more you need to turn it into the safest is stem cell. Stem cell is the safest. So the more you can transmute, the more specific you give it, the more effective it is. That's why it's very long because you have to be sometimes specific on what you're targeting because your team's like heal this, heal how. That's what my team always say. Heal how? Do I need to restore it? Do I need to revitalize it? Do I need to regenerate it? Like when someone cuts it, regenerate the hand again. So there's multiple ways like that. I haven't tested someone who cut their hand and regrown it, but I will not test it right now. But I'm not sure. It might be part of my future encounter. But I put that in there as well. There's also temperature control, symptoms control. Medicine is just a symptoms control. They are not cure.
I've been noticing wherever I live, it's warmer. Like for the last year or two, it's barely snowed wherever I live.
Did
Like
you
barely.
did you complain about the weather?
Maybe a little bit.
Yeah, you're controlling the weather. And sometimes I gave up on it before. I said, I talked to the weather, to the elements. I said, how about no snow? They said the ecosystem will be screwed up because I'm in Canada. Come on, it's cold. It's supposed to be
Yeah.
cold. So the ecosystem will be. Then I said, how about warm enough to not screw up the weather. Then they said, okay, we'll take that. So you have to negotiate with your body, negotiate with your cells to the maximum that you can take further for now. I'm not saying you couldn't take it further later on, but for now, because this is your timeline or what you need to do or whatever. But that's one thing you can negotiate weather, you can negotiate reality as well. You can negotiate abundance, money, because money is energy. And if you're playing with energy right now, what we're talking about, you can even talk to money.
Okay.
And abundance is many form. Gifts, money in state, synchronicities, idea that could give fruit to millions of dollars. So if you just focus on money, you're denying the other three. And you're curious, why is not coming? Because you're just focusing on one. And most of the time, there's always a combination of these four or more, or more. Don't limit just to this four or more. I have a problem with my taxes. Oh, I've noticed that someone paid your tax already. You don't have to think about it. Something like that. Some kind of synchronicity. So that happened to me, but anyway, that's another part of it. It doesn't have to be you. You have to accept the reality that sometimes your problem, you don't need to be solved by you. You just do what you can on the present. So I'm not sure if we covered Curaga enough for the 1 hour because we kept on shooting all over the place. But that's in a nutshell, you have to detect it, have to deal with it. And once you transmute it to something beneficial, how does the body absorb it? And how do you prevent it from happening again? That's the final piece. But of course, the patient have to help itself to prevent it, because if you keep on doing this, how long will your body listen to you when you keep on breaking the promises? That's
Right.
your body's like an inner child as well. So you have to consider it like that as well.
Right.
So any questions before we end? Because I think we didn't handle Curaga way too much because Curaga is way bigger. But that in a nutshell, that's the generic idea of it. But
Okay.
any other questions?
Nope, I'm good. No questions here. Thank you.
Thank you.
So thank you for coming. So for the next few sessions, we will be discussing how to start. Like what I said, sun gazing, moon gazing, and I'll teach you how to make that like that. Because I'm lazy. I want to make it start like that, like that. And sometimes this is the thing when I talk to my clients, I have to make the things on the longer version. Like, come on, you have to relax, do it like this, do it like this. But when I cast it to myself, I just say Curaga. Done. Curaga, done. I'm not sure who's this message from, for, especially if you have crystals. If you want to clear it, just look at it. Imagine electricity from your hand, then just jumps on it, each crystal bead. It just clears it automatically.
Okay.
But that's another way. Why do you need to clear it? Why not transmute it and absorb it? So like I said, there's multiple ways how to do it. But anyway, thank you for attending. I hope you get the nutshell of it, and you will have your own gifts. And you don't have to follow what I did, just the structure. Follow the structure and reflect it to what your gifts are, and it will give birth to a new skill, be it hypnotism, be it Reiki. Just incorporate that one, and you will create your own modality. So again, thank you again. Thank you
Thank
for
you.
having. Good night.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
you.